Okay, you are all ready to get started stitching. The main problem that brides and mothers of the brides and bridesmaids encounter is that they have trouble finding the right material for their dress, something that matches and something that looks good and that's high quality. You might go to your local Michael's or Joann's or Hobby Lobby and you'll see some tulle fabrics, some fabrics that are sheer, but they might not be up to your standards. It depends on where you're located and how extensive of a craft store you have. Now, if you do a finer fabric store, something like Moods, or that's a little bit more boutique-ish, then they might actually have the type of tulle fabric that you need for your wedding veil. However, if you are in a small town and you don't want to drive a huge amount of distance to get to to get to a salon that actually has it, I have had incredible luck, and my brides and moms of brides have had incredible luck ordering fabrics online. You'll have to do a bit of research. Make sure you grab my list of recommended fabrics with some vendors. That might help you out a little bit, save you a little bit of time. But just in general, Etsy is probably the best place to start. And I'm not just saying that because I sell items on Etsy. I order for my own veils that I'm designing fabrics off of Etsy. You'll find everything from Italian tulle to French lace to the hair combs. You'll find basically everything that you need on Etsy. There are other places online that you can order too. Just starting with a Google search can be helpful, but some of the smaller, less known ones are a little bit more risky where you don't necessarily know what you're going to get. I also have had brides order fabric on AliExpress. But that one is also a little bit more risky. Generally, those are coming from overseas, and you don't know the quality that's going to come. But you can try that out if you're willing to order maybe several different fabrics and see, just order a bunch of them out there and see which one comes back and is a good match, because you do want to make sure that it matches your dress, that it is soft enough for you. You're going to be wearing it all day long, and you don't want something scratchy against your skin. And just make sure that you order enough of it. When ordering your fabric, I do also recommend that you try to go with a fabric that does not fray when you cut it. That would be very important because some chiffons are very soft and they're beautiful, but then when you fray it and curve the edges, it's going to start fraying when you cut it. And there are workarounds. Oftentimes when I'm designing veils, I will do a rolled hem along the edge or some sort of trim that prevents that fraying. But most tulle fabrics are not going to actually unravel when you cut it. But do a small test on a small swatch, cut on it, and see if it frays. If it doesn't fray, it passes the test. The other place that you can order from is Amazon, which is actually pretty surprising to people because generally you think of Amazon as being the budget place to buy fabrics, but I've had pretty good success, and you know that Amazon does back their products if for whatever reason it's not a good match. Amazon has also started working with small businesses, so you can actually order directly from small businesses off of Amazon and find some different and unique fabrics. So really those two places, Amazon, Etsy, are my go-to for the fabrics. All the other notions that you'll find listed out in your pattern, such as a needle, thread, if you're doing something with lace, all of those can be purchased in the same places that I have already mentioned. And some of those, like the needles and the cutting scissors and the cutting mat, those can also be purchased at your local places like a Michael's or a Joann's or really any sort of craft store. If you have more issues or something specific, a specific request, you may have to do a bit more hunting or reach out to me and I'll give you some ideas.
Okay, my bonus tip is that if you purchased your dress from a salon and from a well-known designer, sometimes they do allow you to purchase additional fabric, additional lace, and additional beading directly from them. So it's really worth it to reach out to the designer yourself, maybe with the help of your local bridal salon.
Each veil that I make is the beginning of this family's legacy.